A number of different guys. We'll use that this week in preparation for our next step, which is obviously the exhibition against Delta State on Friday, and continue to try to build. Once we get to Charleston Southern on the 14th, they come quick. We have 4 games, and I think it is 9 days, so we've got a lot to be prepared for.
Did anybody jump out to you against Middle?
You know what, you guys have covered me, understand how I treat these things. We didn't really play a game. We played a number of different control segments, and I'm really trying to get a lot of guys a lot of minutes, especially the new guys, for them to have a better understanding. Jarvis was nursing a high ankle sprain. He hurt his ankle and really was out for the better part of 3 weeks. We're really cautious in trying to make sure he was completely healthy before we brought him back. It put us in a bit of a bind because now we were playing Moody exclusively at the point, and he'll play some point, but he's also a guy that can play off the ball because of his ability to score. So it put him and Terrence Smith in a little different position than I had first thought. When they came and we had to try to make some necessary adjustments in lieu of Jarvis's absence. I didn't play him very much on Sunday either, which made it a little bit more difficult to find any kind of rhythm, but we were just trying to be precautious. Moody continues to leap off the page quite frequently. He's a guy that, from an explosive standpoint, he's as explosive as we've had in this program, can do a lot of things with the ball. Terrence Smith continues to be steady. From day one, he's been one of our most steady contributors with his ability to make shots, his ability to make good decisions with the ball. He's a guy who's been through the wars before. MJ continues to get more and more comfortable in his role. And then I'm really, really high on Marcamus Hyman, our lone freshman, who continues to get better and better as he understands what it takes at this moment.
When you talk about Terrence making shots, Andy, is it a lot of those behind the three-point line? Are you counting on him for that?
We are counting on him for that. He led the OVC last year in three-point percentage at just under 44%. So he's a guy that has done it before in Division I games, and he's a guy that we're certainly counting on this year to do it for us.
Any lingering worry with Jarvis's ankle?
No, he's back. I'm going to treat him full go this week in preparation. He needs the reps. He needs to get back in game shape. Although he's been doing conditioning non-basketball wise, there's nothing like basketball shape. So he's got to get his legs back under him. So he'll go full go this week, and my anticipation is if he responds properly, he'll be our starting point guard against Delta State.
How are all the new guys gelling together? Because I know that's not always easy.
No, it's not always easy. The advantage we had this year with the opportunity to go to the Bahamas, we got 10 practices in this summer, and we had an opportunity to go for 5 days in the Bahamas, play a couple of games, have some bonding experiences, I think, which has really helped this group. And when you bring in 5 newcomers, the one guy that I did not bring up was Rod Lawrence, who's really, really starting to get more comfortable in his role as well. When you bring in 2 post-grads and then 2 junior college kids, you expect a little bit more of a maturity level that we're getting with this group. So we really haven't had any issues so far as it relates to fitting all the pieces together.
Is there still competition going on at the other 4 spots, or do you know what you're...
No, there's competition going on daily. Obviously, Jarvis has kind of taken himself out of that equation based on the injury and based on what we know we have there. The other 4 spots are changed day to day, and we'll continue to mix and match till we find the right group.
Is this the most competitive offseason summer that you've had?
I think there's probably the least amount of separation between, the first unit and the second unit. The only guy that is not back completely healthy is Terry Brutus. He still has not been cleared for contact. So if you take him out of the equation, we've got 12 scholarship bodies, and they're all battling day in and day out trying to find a way to get on the floor.
How far along is Terry? I mean, do you think it's...
I think it's any day, honestly. I asked that same question. We just want him to get confident. When he had an ACL and then he had a subsequent ankle problem, and it's just a matter of him getting confident and explosive. Here's a guy, as you guys remember, whose game was based completely off his athleticism at that 4 spot. He garnered a lot of experience his freshman year after AJ went down and after Bear went down. We really thought that was going to help us next year, really nurture in the new guys that we were trying to play on our front court. Unfortunately, we never had his presence, and so just being really slow with making sure he's completely comfortable before we throw him around a lot of other bodies. We've done some stuff with him 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and just trying to get him more comfortable.